But I need that camera. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, sir. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I am bringing you a video here live at the Gold Bar Distillery here at Treasure Island in the San Francisco Bay Area. It's in between San Francisco and Emeryville in Oakland area, so if you're traveling across the Bay Bridge, just stop on by. They have great whiskey that I have been getting very toasty on for the past hour. Don't ask me what drinks I have in front of me, but I got 4 beautiful drinks, and they're all very, very good. All from 80 proof to 120 proof, and I am feeling terrific. So with all that said, let's talk about the reasons why I decided to buy the Nikon Z6 Mark III. Let's get to it. Now, as many of you know, that I bought the Nikon ZF back in January, and I absolutely love that camera. But after a while of using it, I realized that the kind of work that I produce for clients as well as for my personal work has really been video focus based. Now, when I initially got the camera, I wanted it for an everyday purpose kind of a camera. Some camera that is just fun to use, very cool looking, and great for photos. But more and more of my time has been swallowed up with video content work, whether it be for my freelance work as well as my day job. And guess what? The ZF just hasn't been able to keep up with the video quality that I need for my clients. So with all that said, when the Nikon Z6 Mark III came out, I knew that was a perfect time for me to maybe, trade up. So with all that said, I decided to get rid of the Nikon ZF. I sold the 40mm SE f2.0 lens as well as a 28mm lens f2.8 together. All of it as a single package. Someone picked it up. They're going to be happy with it. They were absolutely ecstatic for the price that I gave. And then I quickly went over to Mike's Camera over in Dublin, California, and picked up the Nikon Z6 Mark III. Now, here are the reasons why I decided to pick up that Nikon Z6 Mark III and get rid of the ZF. First is the 6K. I can't overstate enough how important 6K is to my work, and I think for many of you video creators out there, 6K is going to be the new 4K, quite honestly. And what I mean by that is that it's going to be that standard that most people are going to gravitate to that do semi-professional and for sure professional work. It's large enough for you to be able to recrop in many ways, whether you want a vertical piece of content or a horizontal piece of content, or be able to recrop on a 1080 or 4K timeline. 6K gives you plenty of resolution where you could do just that and not lose quality of your video. Now, with all that said, 6K was just one piece. Another thing is that it has outstanding vibration reduction. That's one thing I need so much. A lot of times when I'm filming for my job as a video content producer for a tech company, I am hand-holding my camera rig. So with all that said, vibration reduction is paramount for me to be able to get beautiful cinematic still footage, even when it's on the fly and I'm on the go. Like, people just don't want to put up with shaky footage. And the Z6 Mark III, being that it has 8 stops of vibration reduction, was a no-brainer for me to trade in that ZF for that Z6 Mark III. Another reason is the ProRes RAW internal as well as the NRAW. Being able to record 12-bit video internally in the camera is a game changer for Nikon, and for sure for me it's something that the ZF just won't be able to produce. Now, did it produce great video? Absolutely. But does it handle like a Z8? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And for professional work, you want a Z8. And now with the Z6 Mark III, you now have that in a lower price point that I believe is much more attainable for most video content creators out there. So you have the 6K 8 stops of vibration reduction for hand holding footage, as well as the 12-bit recording at ProRes RAW and RAW, excuse me, it's simply a fantastic reason for me to have switched over to the Z6 Mark III. Another reason is the form factor. Like, I don't think enough people are mentioning this, but the form factor is really, really amazing for me, because when you handhold or shooting on a shoulder rig or anything like that, an ounce becomes a pound real quick. And me, I'm shooting 120, 150 gigs a day worth of content. And that means I'm holding this camera for extended periods of time. Man, size does matter. So having a smaller camera than the Z8 is magnificent for me on the work, for the kind of work that I do. Now, another thing is that another reason why that I picked up the Z6 Mark III is the fact that, well, honestly, it has the same color profiles available in the Z8. Now, the Z8 I use for an A cam, right? And then, because that could shoot up to 8K and it does all this ProRes RAW internal and everything else. But I use that for my A cam, but for a B cam, this is fantastic. And with that said, with the smaller form factor, I can slap this on my Ronin RS4 Pro, RS3 Pro gimbal, and I'm ready to go. This camera is great for gimbal work. Again, giving you that high resolution, high bit rate. This is an excellent camera. If you need a B camera to your Z8 or Z9, this camera is a no-brainer. Here's another reason: fantastic autofocus. I don't see any jitters as of yet. I'll let you know ahead of in a future video on my continued video experience, but I don't see any micro jitters with this when I'm zooming in and zooming out. It's a really good performing camera. So with that said, that's something that I really wanted. I noticed with the ZF, I was getting that from time to time, and a lot of times I use the 24 to 120 lens, and I would see those little micro jitters when I'm zooming in focus and pulling focus. So that's something I did not want to have to deal with when I have to go ahead and produce content for my clients. Another reason is, what's another good reason why I decided to buy the Nikon Z6 III? Well, honestly, the price. The price was really, really something that I thought was very fair. As many of you know, during my live streams, I have been preaching that if they could keep this camera at $2,500, it's going to be a fantastic buy for most people out there, whether you want a high-end video capability camera or a photo still camera. Oh, here's another thing that I really enjoyed, that it does 4K 120 and 240 frames at 1080. That is amazing, because I like producing content that whether it be at a normal frame rate at 24 or 30 frames or even 60 frames, but having the ability to shoot at 4K at 120 and 240 at 1080 means I can add even more versatility to the type of content I can create out of this one camera. So with all that said, for me, ultimately, it was really the video capabilities of this camera that really made me very much interested in buying it and giving up the ZF. The ZF, I think, is phenomenal. There's absolutely nothing wrong. If you want a great, fun camera to use that's basically mostly for video, I would suggest, then this camera is going to be absolutely fun. Does it record great video? Absolutely. But the Z6 III is on another stratosphere, very close to the Z8 in terms of video performance. I need more video. I produce more video. Therefore, I need cameras that can keep up with the video work that I do. And the Z6 Mark III, I think, is the ultimate hybrid Z camera from Nikon. So shout out to Nikon for producing a camera that is really, really up to par, and an excellent B cam for the Nikon Z8, or your A cam for those who are just serious enthusiasts and hobbyists, or just want a great hybrid camera that is compact. This camera is compact. That means if you want a great camera that does both photo and video and travel with you, the Z6 Mark III is going to be a great choice for all of you out there. I'm so far very happy with this purchase. Of course, I'll keep you posted on further updates and my experience using this camera. I again am here at the Golden Bar Distillery, where it is, I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling great right now. I've had a few whiskeys, so forgive me if I look a little silly. But if you want to have a good time and some great drink, come check out Gold Bar here on Treasure Island. I'm telling you, they got some great drinks for all of you out there. Anyway, they did not pay me to say all this. I just wanted to shout them out. They're great people. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or anything about the Nikon Z6 Mark III, let me know. Post your comments down below. And of course, I'm your host, Robert Silver. And until next time, keep shooting and stay creative. Thank you for watching.